We've made the tough decision to not only postpone, cancel, and schedule a wedding all within a week. So let us tell you all about it on today's episode of The Cost of Planning a Wedding. Hello, my name is Ethan Rushock.
And I'm his partner, Ashton.
And we're doing another video of our series of The Cost of Planning a Wedding. But as you'll see in that intro, there's been some dramatic changes. So we've made the unfortunate decision to postpone/reschedule our wedding. So we're going to talk about that in more details. But it just goes to show how crazy things can be. So I had this video we had planned to do today, which was going to be 1 week out from our wedding. We're going to record it a few days earlier. It's going to go up next week. And everything has changed. So we're still doing a 1 week to our wedding, but it's actually coming out now. And our wedding has been brought forward by a week.
Yeah, pretty crazy times, and I think especially it's happened in a very short time frame. Like all these changes have happened within the days after Christmas, so in this 1 week.
So for those that have been following this, we were planning on getting married interstate in the Gold Coast. So we are here in Adelaide in South Australia, so we're planning on flying up, going up there and getting our wedding done, and things were looking quite good in early December. Yeah. And then, as I'm sure everyone will know, things have got a bit crazy over the last couple weeks, and in particular since Christmas time. And unfortunately, we had probably almost 50% of our guests not feel comfortable traveling with everything that's going on and therefore pulling out of the wedding. We've had multiple discussions. It's been quite stressful about what do we do? Do we postpone? Do we go ahead? Do we go ahead with a smaller guest list? Do we move it? And we were really at a loss as to what to do next. Yeah.
I think our decision came very suddenly. Like up until pretty much yesterday, we were adamant we're going ahead no matter what. Less guests, we've done all this planning, we're going ahead. And then in the span of yesterday, we made a decision we can't do it. More of our friends and loved ones pulled out of coming, unfortunately. And then we had issues up there with some providers, or not big ones, but different issues regarding the whole situation. We just made a snap decision. We're like, no, we're just going to cancel that for now and postpone it. So not cancelled forever, those plans. They're still there, just postponed.
So what we've decided to do, and it might sound crazy, we're actually going to get married in 1 week's time. So we've got 7 days to plan a full wedding here in South Australia. And we're going to go ahead with just a ceremony. Yeah. So we're going to do the ceremony. It's not going to be the beach wedding that we initially were thinking. We're going to do it. We haven't set a final location because, again, we only decided this yesterday. We're going to go ahead with a ceremony here, try and make it as close to what we were hoping to do. And we want to get married. That was the whole point of getting married and having a wedding, is to get married. And then our plans is to postpone the reception for 12 months and hopefully do a renewal of our vows and then do our big reception, our big celebration in 12 months' time back on the Gold Coast using all the original vendors that we were planning to use. So obviously planning a wedding in a week and redoing it is going to come at a cost. So that's definitely one of the challenges. So this whole series has been talking about the budget for the wedding. So the budget is blown. It's definitely blown. It's not going to be what we thought. So it's one of the things I talk about in the channel, is always trying to put yourself in a good financial position. And we're both lucky that we've worked hard over the last 12 months to make sure we had excess savings. We always make sure we stick to somewhat of a tight budget. We don't overspend. And that's allowed us to put in a position where we don't have the financial stress right now. Obviously, this isn't ideal and it is going to chip into savings that we didn't want to touch. But we're going to be able to do it. So our plan is to make sure we can do this ceremony, get that done, and then deal with what we do in 12 months time later. That gives us, it gives us 12 more months to save. So it's definitely going to come at a cost, which we're thinking is probably going to be between 5 and 10 grand. Yeah. We're hoping to keep it around that 7 to 8 grand, which sounds crazy for just a ceremony, but things do quickly add up. So next we kind of want to touch on what we've had to organise and obviously discuss briefly on what the costs of some of those things have been. So I'll let you take that from there.
Yeah, so some of the costs for the ceremony now in SA are florals, and as we discussed in our second video of the series, they're one of the most expensive things about a wedding, unfortunately. And
I did suggest we could use sticks instead of flowers, but
one of our friends suggested wheat. He was like, "Oh, we'll just go get wheat that's been harvested," but I don't really want that. So you have florals. Then there's the cost of a celebrant, because obviously we have to get a new celebrant who's here in SA to perform the ceremony. There is the cost of hairstylist, makeup artist, and the event stylist. So, at the end of the day, we need to have seats people sit on. We need to have some sort of arbor. So yes, you think, oh, we're not having a reception, so you don't have to pay for a lot. But then you realise with a ceremony, it still adds up very quickly.
Yeah, and the other challenge has obviously been trying to get all these people organised in a short time frame. We also then try and find videographer and photographer, and obviously things are going to be on a scaled back process because we're not doing the big reception afterwards. But we're still trying to fit in all the things that are important to us and make it a cost that makes sense for obviously trying to organise within a week, knowing what we've already paid out. Because we obviously already paid massive deposits. We probably paid, I'd say, a good 80% of what we were going to pay for the ceremony and reception in the Gold Coast. So with all that in mind, that's why we're trying to keep it, between that $5,000 and $8,000 mark. But things do add up. Floral's going to be, probably $2,500, $3,000. Your celebrant's going to be another $500 or so. Photos and videos, we're not sure, but you're going to be then still looking at thousands of dollars for that, because we still want what we create from this ceremony to be special and somewhat similar to what we were going to have.
And we have been really lucky with providers, the ones we have contacted. They do know us as well. A lot of the providers we're going back local to where we grew up, and the people in the town know us, so they've been really good to help out, a drop of the hat to help us. But they're also are trying to match up exactly similar to what we had picked out in the Gold Coast. I showed the florist, these are the colour schemes I was going for, and she said, yeah, I'll try to do my best to get, match as close as possible. So we're really thankful for those people as well. I think, if we didn't have a good support around us, definitely. It would definitely make it a lot harder. My nan, obviously, we're going to have platters up on the Gold Coast, and these have been ordered, for the getting ready, and, now it's back local. I messaged my nan and said, can you make us some homemade platters? So, yeah, it's not going to be, I guess, the big formal and the big fancy stuff that we were going to have, but at the end of the day, it's going to be us and our family and friends get to contribute. So,
and that was the main decision making for it. I think it goes into the whole planning of a wedding, no matter whether it's in crazy times like now or in something more normal, is you got to make that decision of
what's your priority?
why you're getting married. And obviously the whole point of hosting a wedding is to get married. And then the next priority for that is normally to share that with family and friends. And like we ended up deciding is that if we didn't care about who was there, we would have just eloped and gone and done it. We wouldn't have asked people to come, but that's why we asked people and why we gave them so much notice, etc. And therefore, for us to go ahead with half the people probably that we wanted there, it didn't sit right with us. We're really lucky that everyone's kind of been really accommodating and probably going to drop everything. And it's looking like we're probably going to have 90% of the people within a week make sure they attend. So that was something that was really important to us, to having the people we want there. And I think when you're looking at costs and stuff, you don't want to be cutting guests that you do want there. You don't want people there that you really couldn't care less about. But you want to make sure that you've got the money and got the budget to have the people there, even if maybe it means doing a 2-course meal instead of a 3-course, for instance.
I think another really important thing to work out when you first start planning a wedding, and we were always similar with this, but I don't think we really discussed it until it got to this point, is what's your main priority? And for us, either situation was kind of a win-lose situation. We go up to the Gold Coast and we have the wedding of our dreams, we have everything fancy and everything we picked out, but then we don't have our loved ones. Or, we have it here and we have all our loved ones, but then we don't have it as formal or everything we really wanted. And for us, it's, what's our priority? Well, our priority is our family and friends.
So overall, it's been pretty crazy. We're still chasing up what's going to actually happen with the deposits we've paid. We're hoping things will get put on hold and we'll be able to utilise this stuff in 12 months' time. Obviously, even if we go with a vow renewal and a reception, things are going to be different because we will already be married, so we will adjust things. We're just hoping that people will be able to get as much money back. Our guests that unfortunately won't be able to come, we're hoping they're going to be able to get some kind of credits back or money back where it can. We really do feel for everyone, and we're so appreciative that everyone has been so supportive. I know a lot of you's watched these videos, so from both of us, we really do thank you. And we're really hoping that the next video we do talking about the wedding will be a great celebration, showing you what we've done, how it all worked, and who knows, this series may be back in 12 months' time to touch on the final cost of holding multiple weddings across multiple states. Let's hope there's no more cancellations. I really thank you for watching these videos. I thank Ashton for coming on the channel again. Have you got anything to say to the people watching?
Not really. I think we've kind of summarised it all, but thank you again, and thanks everyone that supports Ethan's channel.
And so hopefully the next video you'll see of the both of us will be married. So thanks everyone, and we'll talk to you soon.